It's a privilege and honour to share a few words with you today about such an iconic Irish Republican. For too long, women like Mary Ann McCracken were hidden from history, deliberately excluded, or in some cases, completely erased. Mary Ann was born and reared here in Belfast into a respectable, wealthy family and a life of privilege. She was the daughter of one of the wealthiest Presbyterian merchant families in Belfast. As the young sister of Henry Joy McCracken, she espoused the ideals of the United Irishman and women. She lived through some of the most turbulent times this island has experienced, and her life was marked with violence and tragedy. Mary Ann died on the 26th of July, 1886. She was 96 years old, and her life spanned 2 centuries, but her legacy will span the ages. Mary Ann was at the centre of one of the greatest revolutionary moments of the 18th century, and that would leave an indelible mark on her life. She bore witness to the 1798 rebellion and Gorda Moore and the birth of the Industrial Revolution. In recent years, it has been wonderful to see women like her be given their rightful place in history. Having been hidden figures for so long, her legacy celebrated and no longer erased. Mary Ann was a visionary, a forward thinker, ahead of her time. She was a woman of deeply held principles, and some would argue Ireland's first determinate feminist. Despite her wealth and her privilege, she was a supporter of the disenfranchised and a lover of the poor. She was an educator, a businesswoman, an emancipator, an abolitionist, a Republican, a rebel, and her legacy inspires many to this day. She is rightly remembered for her close love and bond with her dear brother Harry, United Irishman Henry Joy McCracken. Her unconditional love for Harry is well known, and her altruism shone through when she raised his illegitimate child, Maria, who would live with her until her death. This act of love personified fearlessness and a courage, as many in society would have frowned upon Maria and shunned her, including some members of the McCracken family. As we look and fit together the jigsaw of each unique part of the puzzle that completes the entire picture of this heroine, let us reaffirm her ideals as we strive to deliver a new Ireland. Let us be inspired by this fearless political radical, social reformer, anti-slavery campaigner, activist and protester. She stated, "I hope the present era will produce some women of sufficient talent to inspire the rest with a genuine love of liberty and a just sense of its value. As we continue our endeavours to try and shape and build a new Ireland, let those foundations be built on the social justice and equality Mary Ann espoused. One that unites Protestant, Catholic and dissenter. One that is a beacon to the world, that condemns war and protects Irish neutrality as inspired by Wolfe Tone. Let her actions of protest guide us in our attempts to boycott, divest and sanction. Let her hatred of the evils of slavery inspire us to call out the legacy and the evil of imperialism. Let her understanding of international struggle and solidarity help us in our demands for just peace and complete cessation of violence for the Palestinian people. Last week was a wonderful inaugural Spirit of 98 pageant. We reclaimed the history and heritage of the United Irish in these streets of Belfast in Henry Joy's final steps, and I was running about like Mary Ann, proud as punch. It will only get better, bigger and better as we breathe light and life back into the assembly rooms. Mary Ann was so much more than the sister of Henry Joy. Let us remember her in her own right. Gora míle maith agam.
And as you can see just from the read, it says, "It is new, strong and shall be heard." And that is one of the slogans of the United Irishwoman.
Today is about commemorating the events of 1788 and subsequently the following years from them. In 1788, it was, of course, a popular rebellion, but it was a societal change that brought together radical individuals who were concerned about women, concerned about education, concerned about health matters and all of that. And Mary Ann McCracken was a driver of that philosophy. It's her anniversary tomorrow. Tomorrow she is 160 years dead. So we're celebrating her life.